Conor McGregor has been the face of MMA. And everybody says, that's not true. John Jones and all the other different guys that we've talked about all these last couple of years, and George St. Pierre and Matt Hughes. But the guy that's made the most money, the guy that stood out, the guy that's been on Forbes magazine this past week is Conor McGregor, who's worth $400 million. He believes that he'll be worth $1 billion by the age of 35, which he's going to be turning 32 in about a week. This is a guy that was poor. 7-8 years ago, he was on welfare in Ireland. He was a plumber's helper. He was going nowhere. All of a sudden, he found MMA, started fighting, cage fighting, started building his way up, making it, he's getting his contract with the UFC, and became one of the biggest fighters in sports entertainment. And I'm not talking about wrestling. I'm talking about MMA, combat sports. Now, over the last couple of years, I have little but no respect for Conor McGregor because I just don't like his childish antics out of the octagon. The guy's an amazing fighter, a talented fighter, sensational. But in the last 6 fights, he's been 3-3. And you talk about a guy that's making hundreds of millions of dollars, not only with fighting, but just who he is as a fighter, his whiskey, and the different opportunities that he's gotten himself involved with. I'm looking at Conor McGregor now against Dustin Poirier. Now, I think Dustin Poirier is a better fighter. I think Dustin Poirier, after what he did to him a couple of months ago, this is too fast for Conor McGregor. Remember, Conor McGregor hurt his shin, he's hurt his calf, and coming back from an injury of that magnitude with the kicks that he had in fight number 2, I think he's going to this fight too quick. I think he should have waited. I think he should have had a longer camp. I think Dustin Poirier should win this fight in 2 rounds. I think he's going to knock him out again, or maybe even choke him out. I just don't know if Conor McGregor's head is in fighting anymore. You've made $400 million. You don't need anything. You have nothing to prove. You've won 2 championships in 2 different weight classes. You were the first UFC fighter ever to do that. Again, I don't respect him as a person when it comes to going into the octagon. As a businessman, as a person outside of the octagon, he's a likable person. People should like him. I mean, this guy is turned into a multi-millionaire because of his hard work and dedication and understanding who he is as an entertainer. So I think that this fight tonight is going to be the last time you see Conor McGregor in an octagon as far as for a championship is concerned. He might fight a Jake Paul or some garbage fighter, or maybe he'll fight Nate Diaz again because it's going to sell. It's going to put fannies in his seats and money in his pocket. As a championship fighter, I don't know if he's that anymore. I think he's lost a lot over the last couple of years. And what Khabib did to him, really what Dustin Poirier did to him, he's never been knocked out like that before. He was abused in his last fight. I just don't know if his head's back in it. He's got 3 kids. He's got a fiance. He's building a family. He's building a product and a brand. He's a promoter now. I don't know if he has it anymore. And I think Dustin Poirier is as hungry as we've seen a fighter, even as he's aged as a fighter in the octagon. So if you guys want to bet on something tonight, bet on Dustin Poirier knocking out Conor McGregor in the first 3 rounds. Okay? Wow. So take that to the bank.
He does it twice in a row. When was the last one? It was in January? Because I think it was the week you were in North Carolina.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I remember on the show, Josh was saying, if McGregor gets knocked out, you'll hear Errol screaming from North Carolina.
He did. He got knocked out in the second round. So I think he gets tapped out or knocked out in the second or third round. I just don't know if Conor has it. The only way Conor wins is if he knocks him out in the first 6 minutes of the fight, the first round or the first minute of the second round. If he doesn't do that, he's done. He's not winning that fight.
Yeah, didn't you say he has not good stamina?
No, he's got terrible stamina. Yeah.